up, guys? Does the stream look okay? It says the bit rate's kind of low. This is what I get for trying to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I I think it's like capping me somehow. Also, there may be a delay in the stream. Yeah, even the bit rate on Twitch is saying it's kind of low. I may have to do something about this. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that switched quick. I don't know if you guys seen this game before. It's pretty fun. I've played it a little bit, not a lot. You guys can let me know if it looks like garbage, and then we can go from there if the bit rate has it all trashed up. I might be able to see it on my side here. It looks like it's okay. Yeah, it looks all right from my end, too, from what I can see. And maybe I'll have to mess around with it later. I don't really want to reboot it all now if I don't have to. I think that would be a shame. I've actually got music, so... Yeah, everything's looking pretty good on my end. If it ends up looking like trash, we can always mess around with it. I'm testing some stuff, so. Good to see y'all, by the way. Travis, Grandpa, Lord, Matador, how's it going? I think somebody else snuck in here earlier I saw. George, Baker. This is true, Matador. You don't have to tell me to stay on the road, so that is a bonus. Like I said, I think that I may have set it to normal latency when I was trying to go through. There's been a lot of updates to the streaming softwares over the last couple years, or I guess the last year or two since I last streamed. I did stream a little while ago, but then I messed around with it and I was trying to get it all set in so I could stream on two platforms at the same time, and I may have possibly messed a few things up. So if, like I said, if it looks like garbage, we can always go back. I might have to mess around with some of the bitrate stuff. Because I can't change it now. I actually finished recording a RimWorld video today for the channel. I've been working on it for like 3 weeks. I shit you not. More like 2 weeks probably. 2.5 or so. I spent about a week and a half just building the map and then a week recording it. Now I have to edit the video to upload it. So that'll probably be out next week. And then after that, I actually would like to play. I would actually like to live stream some RimWorld, and I'm probably going to do that with the map that I built. But I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't dare. don't dare do anything with it now. Oh, hold on a second. What is this? This is interesting. Oh, okay. Yes, I like this. We can use this. Okay, perfect. We'll just pause the preview there. We'll move around the chat. If it looks like it's a little weird, we'll kind of move it around. I'm actually going to close that then and pull this up. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, so this is the Wandering Village. I don't know how many of you are familiar with it. It is a lot of fun. I have played, let's see, how much have I played? I've played 11 hours of it. And I did jump into it by myself on the hardest difficulty setting because why not? But that's really not the thing to do in this game because I got absolutely stomped. So I don't think we're going to do that this time. We're just going to jump in and do a new game and we'll kind of just play through. I don't, let's see. I don't really want to do the story. I think I did sandbox last time. But I did hard difficulty. Well, I got stopped. But I did make it pretty far. And for my first game, I actually wish I had streamed it because I made it like exceptionally far for my first stream. Let's I mean, I don't really want a classic city builder experience. I do want to try to survive. Screw it, whatever, we'll do hard. I can't help myself. I've got a problem. And nothing can fix that problem. We're not going to mess with any of the hostility settings right now. I do know that this is how you can eventually unlock different Anbu skins, but we're going to leave it alone. Like I said, this is technically only going to be my second time playing the game. And I'm already trying on the hard difficulty setting, so I don't think we need to make it any more challenging than it already is. In terms of the sandbox settings, we'll just leave this alone. So we've got two different skins, and like I was saying earlier, we could technically unlock these if we were to pick some of the... Like, this one is so cool. But we would have to do... We'd have to beat the game on a challenge mode at a hostility level of 15 or above, and there's no way I'm going to do that. So we're going to just leave that. Hey, Quasar, what's up? But last time I just did like the standard Anbu skin. I do like the Indigon. That's kind of cool though. Maybe we'll try the Indigon this time since I did the Anbu skin last time, and we'll just leave his name Anbu because that's a very adorable name. Yeah, I got to stay on the monster's back so he can't stop me. I want to leave the monster because he's gonna trash me. I'm gonna call this the stream save. I don't know if it'll last the entire stream or not, but if it does, then we can at least like restart or save it and like pick it up next time. This is probably a decent time for some of you, especially you, Quasar. Like middle of the day here, US East. I think like noon. I'm still out of work and will be for a decent amount of time, but I'm doing a lot better. So I'll plan on doing a lot more streaming. Like I said, I do want to stream some RimWorld. But I want to get that. It'll make more sense once I drop the RimWorld video that I'm putting together on why I want to hold off on that. There's something cool I want to show you guys, but if I do now, it'll spoil the video. Holy crap. Okay, I gotta remember what we're doing here. So, just ate dinner, so perfect watch as you sit around. Nice. We timed it. Excellent. Yeah, I was like, man, people are gonna be so stoked because this is like, most of the time it's like way too late for most people. So, all right, so if you haven't seen the game, yeah, you're building basically a village or trying to survive on the back of, I guess what we would effectively call a dinosaur. His name's Anbu. So he's got this like piece of land on the back, kind of like I guess you call it like a legend or a god or something to these people. And the world is absolutely trashed. Right now it looks like we just spawned in like a forest biome. So Anbu's going to walk around on these paths here. He'll stick to the road, so we don't need Matador to to remind me to stay on the roads like usual whenever I play games that have roads. So he'll stick to the roads here, and eventually we'll come across a couple of different things, different biomes and stuff, threats. Anbu sometimes will listen to us, and we can tell him which way to go if we get to crossroads or something where the road breaks off into multiple directions. But a lot of times he'll just ignore us and do whatever the hell he wants to do, which can even involve getting himself or us killed. So in terms of how things look on the back of Anbu, I mean, I always like any game I play, which is like a city building game, I always like to kind of look around and see, like, try to envision where I'm going to put things or what it's going to look like. I know there's certain buildings and stuff that can only go on the front or the back or the edges of Anbu. I mean, we've got this huge empty area here. This is looking like really promising. It'd be nuts probably not to start there. I mean, most of the stone's over here, but we could make the trek. I mean, we can get stone from around here for now and eventually have to make the trek that way. My last game, I survived pretty long. Anbu actually ended up dying before I did, which I guess is my fault, but he made some stupid decisions and got us killed. I kind of built more towards the center last time because it just made sense to me. Giving that, I mean, eventually you're probably going to occupy his entire back or most of it, but this time around, I'm going to need empty space for farms. I'm kind of thinking we'll start clearing. I think what we'll do is, God, I hate this patch of dirt in the center. This sucks. This is actually kind of pissing me off a little bit. Because I kind of want to put the village like over here, but then the farm over here. It means we're going to have to cross this. And realistically, we could just build the houses on the patch of dirt, but that would look ugly. Have you ever seen this game, Lord? Or Quasar? Or how many of you have seen this game? It is awesome. It's like really unique. That's why I actually really like it a lot. I've never played anything like you play lots of city builders or different type of survival games or colony building games or whatever. This one, just having this dinosaur that does whatever it wants, and sometimes it listens to you, sometimes it doesn't. We've got to care for him. We got to take care of him, heal him if he gets damaged or if he takes damage. We've got to feed him sometimes if he doesn't find food himself, to keep him alive. If he dies, we die. So it makes the survival city building aspect so much more unique because you're trying to keep your city alive and your citizens alive and happy, but you're also trying to keep your little dinosaur alive and happy. And it's a symbiotic relationship. If one dies, the other one's gonna. If he dies, we definitely die. If we die, he might live on for a bit, but eventually he'll probably die too. So we're living together. And this game actually just dropped. It's been in early access for a while, actually. I think like a year or two. But it just dropped on 1.0 full access, like full release, I think maybe a couple weeks ago or a month ago or so. So good time to get into it. Yeah, so I lots of berries and stuff over here. Definitely a food place. So I think we're just not going to worry about the fact that we're going to have to walk really far to get to certain things. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, at some point, there's only, like I said, there's only buildings that can go on his back, certain buildings that can only go on his sides or his front. So you're making the trek across him no matter what. Eventually, we just get a lot of villagers, and it is what it is. So I think we're going to stick to starting to clear some forest over here for homes. Probably put homes someplace. Because this is about as close to center as I can get, so it'd be equal distance around. Actually, I don't even know if they ever even go to their homes, now that I think about it. I think they just have to have homes. There's another game, was it They Are Billions? I think that was kind of like that. You had to have homes for population. So maybe we'll actually tuck the homes. Maybe we'll just tuck them away up here. Maybe we'll have a couple areas, like down here, up here. But definitely has got to be farm over here. Okay, let's unpause the game. Let's harvest some berries for food early on. And let's see. It's been a couple weeks since I've played. I know we are going to need to do some tents. And we're going to need to start gathering resources pretty quickly. They're modern workers. Yeah, they never go home. They just work. They're like the rest of us. They live in the office. The home is a place that just exists so they can say that they have a home. The edges of Anbu are pretty filled. We know we're going to have to clear them at some point, but it's probably not a super big deal right now. Definitely going to be some farms that can only be placed on dirt, most likely here in the center. This is besides over here, it's the largest dirt path we have, or dirt patch. So I guess I'll just throw this up. Where did I say? Probably some houses up here along this edge for now. So let's throw this up here and get these trees cleared. Right about there covers almost all of them. We'll just have to take this one out. All right. Let's go ahead and let these guys get to work. We're going to want to get those tents up pretty quickly, too. They'll get upset if they don't have a place to live. We want to keep them happy. What did we start with? I don't even know how many people we started with. Where can I see that again? Here. Oh, right here. 10 people. So these homes hold 2. So we need 5 of these. And these tents are pretty much, you know, temporary. Eventually we're going to want to get some nicer homes. Is it there, Billions? Okay, yeah. So another game where the houses are basically just population control, not necessarily, they don't actually go to the houses and sleep. Not like RimWorld where you actually want your bedrooms to be somewhat, you know, in an area where it's not too far for them to travel. But the location of the bedrooms does kind of matter still a little bit, because eventually, I say bedrooms, the houses matters. Because eventually you're going to need to do, so you have to do decorating in this game to kind of keep the happiness up. They like to see, you know, the place looks nice. Same with housing quality and stuff. So you kind of want it in a place where we're going to be able to kind of put some flowers and ornaments around it, make it look all pretty and nice. All right, so now these buildings, the way they work is you actually have to assign workers to them. So it's kind of cool. So if I assign 2 workers to this, they'll go and work at this wood camp, but they won't do anything else. So it's only the workers that are free, and you'll see that here where it says free workers. They're the ones that'll go around and do other tasks that are queued up. So sometimes you have to, there's a lot of like min-maxing your population in this game, like taking people off of certain things because you need more of another type of resource, or like juggling people between buildings and stuff. It's actually really cool. Oh, you know what? There's a ton of berries over here. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Yeah, there was times when I was playing the game by myself that I would have to, I was like flying around the map, like putting people on and off buildings because I needed to have them do certain things. We know, and you always want to have a little bit of free workers because they're the ones that are going to haul like all this stuff laying around that needs to be hauled eventually when we get a stockpile going. They're the ones that are going to build and then harvest certain resources and stuff. Most importantly, haul and build. So we need a mining camp because we're going to need to mine all of this stone, and I would like to kind of keep all the stone in range. I think these ones only have 1 stone, though. They do. So they're not nearly as important, so we could actually just set this up. Looks like right there is gonna... Well, it's not super efficient. Let's mine this real quick. We'll just go ahead and let our free workers do that. And then we can put the stone camp right here in the center, and that'll cover all the stone in this area. Nope, Anbu is asleep right now, Quasar. Getting some much needed sleep. He'll be asleep for a little bit. We can actually see his sleepiness here, and his hunger, and his poison levels, because eventually he can get poisoned. Kind of the main antagonist of the world is this fungus that basically destroyed like most of, I guess you could say, modern day civilization. So we don't see it now. We actually don't see any biomes now, which I don't know if it's like that all the time. I feel like in the last game I played, I could at least see 1 or 2 biomes. But eventually you'll see them. There's actually these city biomes, like destroyed city biomes, that we wander through, and they kind of look like modern day cities. It's like a post-apocalyptic world. And when you wander through those, it's really dangerous. It's poisonous both for Anbu and for us. And there's a lot of things that will attach onto Anbu's back. And will cause us a lot of problems. Poison the earth and start poisoning our colonists. So we got to get doctors and we got to make medicine and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it doesn't even look that way. At first, it looks like some sort of weird, like, dinosaur kind of like Jurassic game, but no, it's post-apocalyptic survival. It's sick. The game is really well put together. You'll see as we keep going on. I have an absolute blast playing it every time I loaded it up for my first game. So I think we're just missing wood for this, which is fine because we got the woodworkers going for it. And we're getting some stone here. So the other thing we're going to need to get is clay, which we can get out of these clay deposits. And we could do a clay gathering camp. This one actually would pretty much cover almost all of these pretty efficiently. I could bump it up there and I'd get, so the circles around them are how many people can be on one clay deposit at a time. So, you know, we want at least 2. So like that one there, I would only get the 1 up in the top right and bottom left. So I think I'd actually rather put it like that. And then this one, it doesn't matter as much. We could just dig it out and get rid of it. And the next thing we absolutely need to get like ASAP is research. Research I mean, it's important in any game like this, but it's so important in this game. Like, there was times when Anbu would just go into areas that if I didn't have the things researched to survive those areas, I was dead. So research is critical, and it doesn't really matter right now where we put it. So we're just going to throw it up over here. Or, let's see, farms, probably someplace around here. So we'll put it kind of down here to the side for now. We can move these buildings later, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we got to get research going. Yeah, that's a good comparison, Quasar. I didn't even think about that. You're right. That is kind of how it is. Like Anbu is like the Earth, and if we don't care for it, we're gonna lose it and lose ourselves in the process. So we got to take care of Anbu. And then this is a berry gathering hut, and you want to place it to where there's the most berry bushes. You can kind of see where it's saying in range. And what it'll actually do is, as they gather berries, they'll get seeds, and then they can plant more bushes around the berry gathering area. So, I think did I see 12? Looks like the most I can get is 11. Which is fine. 11's great. It's the most I've ever seen. I think I usually only get like 5 or 6 at a time. So we'll just plop it right there. I mean, that's great. We could put some people to work on that. So we've got 3 workers that don't know what to do with their hands. So we'll give them something to do. They're probably just... We don't have anything else queued up. And we need more wood. We've got a wood shortage. So let's have them at least cut a couple trees down. If they've got nothing better to do. Because I think that's our bottleneck right now is wood. Let's see. Well, we need stone and clay for this. We need wood. Yeah, so it's wood. Wood. Yeah, so we're going to need wood. And the really cool thing is... these tools, actually. So certain buildings, not a lot of buildings, but certain buildings require tools. And you only start with a certain amount, and you can't make these. At least not till, like, way in the late game. So, I mean, I have 10 hours into the game, or 11 hours into the game. And in just one game that I played, so this is my second game, I put 11 hours in and never got to tools. I think I seen it in the research tree, but I didn't make it to it before I died. So tools can generally only be acquired, at least in the early to mid game, by just finding them. So there's places we'll see that we'll be able to see. Actually, there's something here, right there. Abandoned encampment down the road. So we'll probably find some tools there, maybe 2 or 3 tools. So not a lot of buildings take tools, but a good amount do. So you can hit a point where if you don't have some tools on hand and you have to build an emergency something, you may be toast. Symbiotes needs a wood. Yes, I need wood. Somebody give me wood. Please don't clip that or something. I always have said that the reason I'll never be able to run for political office is because of a lot of reasons, but one definitely being because of my YouTube channel. There's just way too much in there that would just get played on. My opponent would play on ads. And stuff that can be taken out of context, but stuff that doesn't need to be taken out of context. The context is enough. There's also going to be buildings you'll see eventually as we start moving that'll be off in the distance, and we can actually visit those. We can create like a scavenger hut, I guess you could say, and our villagers will kind of fly out with these cool like flying machines, and they'll gather resources from those places from us. And also it creates like special events and things that we got to deal with. So I have learned from experience that the berry bush, at least in the very beginning, only needs 1 person working on it. Eventually, as we get enough berries planted, we'll probably up that up to 2. And we've got plenty of food, so that's good. And you can set priority to like things you want to get done sooner. So if there's something that really needs to be done now, you can always set different priorities, highest priority, medium priority. Like most of the games that are like this. Oh, this is berry gathering. I messed up. This is not a clay deposit. No, it is a clay deposit. Well, I'm an idiot. I was looking at here. I wasn't looking up here. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to put, let's see, we got 7 free workers because I got the 2 on woodworking, 1 on the berry. I'm going to put 2 on the stone. So that'll be 5. Let's put 2 on the clay gathering for now. And the research is kind of interesting because you need to have all 3 people researching to actually do research. But, oh, Ambo's moving. He's up. He's getting up. He's awake. That's probably how I'd stand up too if I had a giant rock on my back. Honestly, that's probably how I stand up now with nothing on my back. All right, he's on the move. Our boy's moving. Yeah, so like I was saying with the research, you actually have to have all 3 people researching, and they're not going to be researching at all times because you're just not going to have the resources at all times to research. So a lot of times this is like one of those things you got to min-max. You got to put the people in there. They're researching, and then when they're done researching what you need, you take them off of research so they can go around and do other things, and you just keep throwing them on as needed. So we've got 2 people that want to settle on top of Anbu because they found us and they like the way our colony looks, so we'll go ahead and accept them. So we're up to 12 already, which means we have to build another tent. My back's doing good, actually. Yeah, I got that operation stuff and things are going good. The incision site healed up pretty nicely. Now I'm just waiting for the disc to heal, which takes it takes 3 months to be able to. It takes about 2 months to get to a point where you're pretty safe. 3 months is generally when it would be acceptable for me to be able to return back to a physical labor job. And then 6 months is when they consider you to be healed enough that you're pretty much at the same risk as anybody else to herniate. So I'm only gonna be 3 weeks this Thursday into it, so I've got still another 2 months to go, so I'm gonna do a lot of streaming because why not? I've got the time. The only reason I haven't streamed the last like 2 or so weeks is I was working on that RimWorld video, and then I also I couldn't stand at my desk for super long. I can't sit for like a really long time. I can only sit for like 10 minutes or so at a time. So I'm using a standing desk right now. And in the first 2 weeks, I couldn't stand for very long just because my back was so sore from them, you know, cutting me open. But it's doing really good now. Like, really good. And don't be fooled. Anbu moves pretty quick. Look at, we're hauling ass. We're already off the starting area. We're heading towards this encampment. We'll probably see our first turn off here soon. Hopefully we get this done. We've got people just standing around, so let's see. We got clay coming in, so we basically just need more stone. Let's go ahead and harvest these like little stones that are just kind of in the way. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna... I will return back to manual labor, yeah. I'm going to start out at the 3-month period. I'm going to go back to work, and I'm going to start out kind of, I don't want to say light duty, but just kind of take it easy. You know, I'm not going to like get on my hands and knees and drop a tile floor in a 10-hour period, because that's a lot of strain when you're trying to reach to drop tiles in the mastic and stuff. I'm not going to carry like a bunch of heavy stuff or anything, so I'm just going to take it easy, like try to do some small jobs and stuff. And then from there, build my way up, and then by the 6 months, hopefully I'll be good enough to do anything. But like, this changed my entire life, so I'll never like fully. I'll always be careful from here on out. Like, I'll never fully trust myself again or trust my back again. Look, our Anbu glows at night. It's pretty cool. Yeah, once you, I'm sure some of you can relate. Once you deal with an injury that's like, you know, something like this, I guess. You're like, wow, I'm not invincible. My body can break and not fix. Like, I gave it 7 months to try to heal on its own, and it didn't. It required surgical intervention. So don't lift with your back in a bending, twisting motion. Make sure you always use those legs. Really, really important. You activate the core and your leg muscles, or you might just blow a disc out. It's really just stone? Is stone? It's just stone is my bottleneck. All right. Let's not play around. Here, we can gather this. And we can queue this one up to be like a little bit more priority, because we've got the free workers, so let's put them to work. What's this? Yep, just means it's waiting to be built. Yeah, because we really got to get the research going, or we're going to lose pretty quick. On hard. I don't even know if I could see the research screen without it built. Doesn't look like I can. No, Quasar. Luckily, I did not get a fusion. Not that there's anything wrong with a fusion. It's just that I'm really young. And the hardware that goes into doing a spinal fusion doesn't, you know, it lasts for a long time, but if you're getting it in your 30s, you're probably going to have to get it reconstructed later on in like your 50s or 60s. So luckily I did not need a fusion. I had plenty of disc height. I have enough disc height that if I did reherniate again, I could probably have another microdiscectomy too, but I would rather just not go down that path again, which is why I have to be super careful the next like 8 to 12 weeks. No bending, lifting, and twisting of any kind, because that disc takes forever to seal up. And that's kind of what I'm stuck waiting for. Is for that to seal up, to heal up, to scar over. So I can stand perfectly straight upright at my standing desk, which I did get set up, luckily, before the operation, because I knew. Okay, hurry up and build this, boys. You could speed this up. There is a way to speed it up in game. Okay, perfect. So now we can start research. So what we'll do is we'll fully staff this, because it does require it to be fully staffed, and we actually have the bodies for it. And then if you're done researching, you can click on disable, and that will Basically allow those workers, it'll release them to go do other jobs until you're ready or you need them again. So we want to get research going right now. And to research basically anything. Here's the research tree, by the way. We could kind of take a look at it. So pretty good amount of stuff to research here. But the very first thing is the air well, which is going to get water. It's just going to take it right out of the air. And we're going to need that because that's kind of the next step into farms, because it takes water to do farms. Your villagers don't need water to drink, but if you don't have the water to take care of your farms, then you're not going to have food, and your villagers do need food. And it actually sucks that we don't have the air wells up right now, because a rain is actually great, because whenever it rains, your crops get a bonus to growing, and your air wells get a bonus to filling up with water. Oh well. I'm sure it won't be the first or last time it rains. So there you go. You can see all 3 of them are in there now, and they're researching. Which leaves us 4 free workers, which honestly isn't that bad anyway. But we'll throw up this mining camp because that's kind of the last thing we need. And that'll allow us to mine all the stone around this, and that'll be a pretty good amount of mining. And there's actually some mushrooms that sprouted up here, so let me grab those. If we've got the workers. And I think herbs can also pop up, and they're used for healing both Anbu and our villagers, but I don't see any herbs right now, so we won't worry too much about that. Thank you, Quasar. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not going to overdo it, that's for sure. We'll fight you if you do. Just throw me on the ground. We'll break your back for you. Nice, that built pretty quick. We'll throw 2 people on that because we kind of need, like, you don't want to mess around with the resources, especially stone and wood. They're like the 2 things you're just going to need all the time. Plus, we've got 2 more people. So that makes up for the 2 we just lost in terms of free workers. We're going to want another tent. Anbu is starting to get a little hungry, but he's pretty good. How's he moving? He's moving along nice. See, here's one of those areas you can visit. So we don't have a scavenging building up now, so we can't scavenge this. But eventually when we do, we'll be able to send people out to gather extra resources, which will be nice. We'll come across this encampment, which will hopefully give us some tools. And it looks like we're coming into our first crossroad up here. So we could try to guide Anbu or have him make a decision to go a certain way, but whether or not he listens to us will depend on his trust for us. You know, whether or not we're taking good care of him and he trusts us and he loves us, or if he just has his own vision and he just does whatever the hell he wants to do, which he tends to do a lot. So we got 2 idle workers, which we don't want. And we're almost done with the research, so we're going to have a lot more than 2 idle workers. So stone is still like the one thing we're definitely lacking. So let's queue up some stone. And, you know, I mean, we're still going to be lacking wood, too. So we'll queue up a couple trees as well. I'm going to move this mining camp over into here. I just wanted to clear up this area where I'm going to put the first batch of houses, I think. And then the first farms will go probably someplace around here. So it's not bad. My last run, I had like the whole back was covered. There was like no empty areas. The whole back was covered with trees and rocks and stuff, so I had to clear a lot of room. This I've never seen this much clear area. Okay, so we got the water well, which is good, but we might as well just go right for the farm because that's kind of the next step. So I'm not going to relinquish these guys yet from their duty, but we could get the air well up if we wanted to start gathering water now for the farms. Except I don't know 100% where I'm dropping the first farms. I think I'm just going to put them up here. I think I'm going to put one right here. I'm almost sure I'm going to put one up there. So we could probably drop the first air well here, just get the ball rolling. It does require somebody to man it, to be inside of it to collect the water. Yes, it sounds exactly like me, actually. Oh, I actually don't have the I don't have the camera set up. I should probably set it up. Maybe I'll set it up for next stream. I'm kind of shifting around all over the place, so it's kind of weird when I'm standing. Not like I couldn't have it set up because all that's behind me right now is a wall. And I could definitely put my green screen back there. So yeah, I might mess with that. I didn't set it up originally because I streamed like 2 weeks ago. He doesn't want us to see him weak. Yeah, my hair is a mess right now because I haven't had a haircut in like 2 months because I couldn't sit to get a haircut. And I'm probably not going to have a haircut for probably another month or so, maybe. So it might, you might see me with long hair. Yeah, I'll see if I can get the camera down. I streamed like 2 weeks ago and I didn't have the camera set up because I was actually live streaming while laying down on the ground because I couldn't stand it all. Not 2 weeks ago, Jesus, probably a month ago now, or a month and a week ago or so. It was before I got the operation. I couldn't stand it all. Okay, so I'll put one person in here. Yeah, I'll have to get the camera down. I think it's up in the loft. I brought the desk and computer down onto the floor, so it's not up in the air anymore. Do I want to release the workers or have them keep researching? We don't have any water, so we can't do the water tank yet. We could do the pantry. Oh, we could do the... Well, we could do the pantry. We actually have the resources to do it, so let's just keep chugging along if we've got the resources to do it. And we don't need the bodies right now. We are going to need them probably in a second, though, because I do want to get the first farm up. You know, it'd be nice because we can actually do a farm here, or a farm maybe down here. We got lots of farm space. I didn't have nearly this much farm space in my last run. I'm feeling really good about maybe something like this. Let's keep it one back because we could do a path maybe because eventually we're going to want to put paths around so people can travel faster. So we don't want to butt the buildings up together. We want to keep them kind of spaced out so people can path around some. Just do something like this. I like that. Am I going as a caveman for Halloween? Yeah, I do look like a hobo right now. My beard and stuff is uncut. It's horrible. I gotta moderate this person. Hold on. Maybe. Or not. We can't fucking moderate. Where's Alara when I need her? Ah, Jesus. Whatever you do, don't click that link in Twitch. Just don't click it. Don't touch it. It's bad. It's no. I hate this. Why can I not do nothing with this? I don't know anything about Twitch. All right, fine. We'll just... Oh, here we go. There we go. Yeah, don't click that link. It's probably porn. Tell your wife to get step stool scissors through your hair. She would, God, she would probably, no, she'd butcher my hair. She'd have to shave me bald. Like, it'd probably be the only thing she'd be able to do. This just means that it says not enough resources available. It just means that we're lacking berries to be able to plant more, which isn't a big deal right now. I'm sorry, what were we researching? I don't even remember. The pantry, right? Yeah, because we want a place to store food. I think we're going to want to go ahead too and build a materials storage area, so we at least have a place where we're storing some of the materials that are just laying around. Because what happens is they don't have a place to put materials now, so anything they gather just lays where it is until they need it. So if they're hungry, they go over here, pick up berries. If they need wood, they go down here and pick up wood. If they need stone, they go down here and pick up stone. They need clay, it's just piled up next to the clay deposit. So they've got no place to do it. So if we at least put like a material storage area kind of central, then they'll go there and grab the materials out of there, and they'll also haul materials to it. So I think we'll go ahead and throw one up. It just takes wood, which we don't have a lot of, but we can swing it, I guess. I got to start thinking. I know I'm going to move the wood cutting hut over here to gather a ton of wood out of this massive forest, but I do need to start thinking about where I want to clear wood in terms of a direction. The horn blower would be really useful because we might be able to use that to tell Anbu to do some stuff, which, by the way, I didn't see. What did we get for this? Did we get something? I don't see any more tools, so I think we already had 9 unless we used some for the farm. We might have used some for the farm. I'm sure there's a way to see the log, but I actually don't know where that... Oh, down here. Right there. You searched abandoned camp and found 3 tools. Okay, so far I don't see a particular direction that looks enticing, so we're just going to ignore it. Anbu's getting kind of sleepy anyways. He might fall asleep before we reach there. We got 2 people who want to join us. That means we need another tent. And we got to go ahead and select another research project. It's wood. Wood is our bottleneck right now in a big way. So we're going to queue up some wood. So let's do this. Let's take these guys off temporarily. We just hit this lock button. That'll release them from researching for now. And we can queue up a little bit of wood. Probably going to drop the next farm right here. Or right here. So why don't we just grab some of this wood down here. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I can turn it down. It should be pretty good, but I can never tell. Or if anything's too loud, for that matter. Okay, so we got the other tent up. Now the pantry will let them store food. And we probably don't need the pantry right now because we actually don't have... I think this also stores some food. Oops. Oh, actually it doesn't. So if we want to store food, we do need the pantry. Oh, the farm's ready. So let's go ahead and we have to add kind of the plot that they can plant in. We'll just make the whole area that. And we have to select what we're actually going to grow. And different plants grow better in different biomes. And it's kind of funny because you're traveling through different biomes pretty quickly. So a lot of times you're going to be changing this. You can see that beets. This isn't really the most ideal biome, but it's okay. And we can't grow anything else because we haven't researched anything else, so beets it is. And I've got 8 free workers, so we're going to throw 3 people on this, actually. We're going to get them planting and get them... get food coming in, because that's going to be kind of important. I don't know where I'm going to put the pantry. I'll probably put it someplace central, too, because that's where they're going to go for food. Ask my wife if I need wood. Yeah, right here is like some of the different. Like you can get corn, cactus, and tomatoes. Now the corn and tomatoes are like food. I think the corn grows pretty good in all environments. It grows decent in all environments, but it grows slowly. The tomatoes are very heat resistant and have high yields, but they require a ton of water. And the cactus you actually need, because if you enter the desert, your air wells will produce no more water. And so cactus is your only water source. Yeah, we need to queue up wood. Oh, we need to move the wood camp. That would help a lot. Let's drop it. Doesn't really matter. We know we're going to be clearing all this out for buildings at some point. So let's just put it here. A couple more trees we can queue up. You know, I'm actually going to need to put... We need to save some room up here for those houses. Still not seeing like an obvious... I'm not seeing like a path we want to take. There, we can speed it up a bit. There you go, the farms, they're already getting some beets planted. I'm pretty sure we're going to need to put another one of these up here soon, too. There's only a little bit of water right now, but he's making it. He's getting it, and it's getting brought over here, so it's in the inventory, so it's working. I guess I'll let Ambo choose. I've never seen a biome this this large before. I don't really care which way he goes. There's neither one of these. There's nothing. I mean, there's nothing that poses. It's a quarry. Looks like there's something maybe there. I won't be able to make a decision in time. I guess I'm just going to let him choose. Hopefully he doesn't take us down a bad path. He also seems... Anbu seems unsure about which path to take at the upcoming crossroads. He also doesn't know which way to go. Are the clouds coming our way? They're kind of moving this way, so they won't hit us. And Anbu decided to go north. So that's fine with me. He was unsure. I was unsure. Nobody knew which way to go. All right, how are we looking? I wouldn't mind getting the hornblower because we're going to need to eventually get the carpenter and the stonemason for building better things. And I want to go for the nicer huts like pretty quickly. Let's go for the hornblower. It's a pretty important early on kind of thing. It's going to allow us to be able to possibly kind of let Ambo know, Ambo, whatever the heck his name is. We can give him orders to like eat or sleep or stuff if he doesn't. Some trees next to the road, but that's just for decoration. Yeah, these are just like these here for decoration. These we can visit. Any of these sites, but yeah, the rest of these are just kind of part of the map look. There is another rain cloud up this way, so maybe that'll cross over us. I'll build another air well if it does. It does look like there's some food up here, though. So I guess he chose the right direction, because there's some fresh, healthy food for Anbu. More people want to join already. So we're already up to 18 people. Build another hut. Oh, I got to unlock this so we can get the research going. That is going to drop us down to quite a bit of... Only 4 free workers, but that's all right. See, now they're going to the material storage to get the materials. They're not going all over the map to get them, at least the ones that have been stored. Clay's doing okay. Water is sort of water's kind of a little bit of a bottleneck for our farm. So without messing around, why don't we just go ahead and put another air well up? I don't think it really matters where these are, so long as we put the water storage, which we haven't researched yet, so long as we put that central to the farms, because that's ultimately, eventually, when we're producing enough water that it goes to the storage, that's where the farms will go to get it. And the storage, I'll probably put like a water storage down here, between maybe, or in the middle here someplace, and there'll be like 3 farms here. It's kind of how we'll do it. So I guess we could just put another one over here. You guys know how I am about my building placement. I like my cities to look nice. See, so over here we can see another biome. This is I don't even know what this is. It looks like it's a desert. I think this is a desert, or maybe that's what the ruined biome looks like. This might actually be the apocalyptic, like, ruined city biome. We're not seeing any of the buildings now, but I think that's actually what this might be, the purple. And Anbu's getting super tired. He's at 80% sleepiness. And our villagers are kind of losing happiness a little bit. Okay, we got the hornblower. Let's go for the stonemason. We've got plenty of stone now. And I'm going to want to get the... Was it the other place researched here soon? The carpenter. So we can start building stone slabs and planks, because we need that to build more advanced buildings. And now only 3 free workers, but they're doing a lot of hauling right now. Oh, we do have some more mushrooms we could gather. Any herbs that popped up yet? Yes, we've got a couple here. We definitely want to get those. They are not easy to come by. I think Anbu, is he laying down to take a... Yep, he's going to sleep. He is going to sleep. He did a lot of walking today. He also took a little poo, so that's nice. Good to know. And he's definitely getting hungry. By the time he wakes up, he's going to be super hungry, so it's a good thing we ran into this food. We're going to eventually need to research a way to feed him. We've almost got the wood for the carpenter, so let's queue it up to be researched. We do need to actually get the wood, but we're only a couple away now, so... And the rest of these herbs. Hey, you could zoom in down here, by the way. So we can actually... Kind of cool. 2 more people joined. I want that tree gone, because that's where I'm going to be putting my huts here in a minute. So the stonemason. So we do want to start making stone slabs, and we do got 2 more people, so we could put them to work in here. Doesn't really matter where we put it, so long as it doesn't take up space for something future. Like, we know that there's certain farms that have to go over dirt, like mushroom farms. So we know we're going to need some dirt. But we're not going to need all of this dirt. Mushroom farm is probably going to go down here someplace. Farms stick to there. Probably, you know, honestly, I'd like to build it, like, over here. Or even here. I think I'd like to build it, like, right here. Both the stone. No starves graphics up close. It does look a lot like that. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I'm struggling so hard. It's not like we can't deconstruct it and move it later if we don't like where it is. I am going to queue this stone up to be hauled out next, so I can put my first dirt farm down there. So let me just go ahead and find an area that doesn't have too many trees. Right there, we'd only have to cut down 2 trees, so let's just do that. May want to try to keep some tiredness in reserve just in case something comes that makes you move or die. Oh, do you mean like so I can make him lay down? See, here's the hornblower, so we have to build this. We can only build it near the front, so that way Ambu hears it. Let's go ahead and release these guys for now. We've got the carpenter as well, which we're gonna let some resources build up before I queue that up. We're already getting beets, so that's good. Ooh, look at that. We actually got quite a bit of water. That's nice. So this is working out good. Yeah, I think our first sort of dirt farm is going to go here for mushrooms. Got a lot of resources, like the most resources I think I've ever had. 2 more people. How are we doing for housing? No, still need to build more. We're definitely going to want to research the... We're definitely going to want to research the next housing area. But we need the slabs to do it, so... We're working on it. We're getting there. It's going to take a little bit. But they are getting it moving along. Yeah, because I also did this, and this takes a ton of wood. This is probably more important, just for the sake of getting those slabs so we can get the nicer houses, so we can start tearing these tents down. Anything on the map we got to be worried about? Well, looking pretty clear still. Okay. Yeah, let's throw 2 workers right in there now. Start getting some stone slabs made. Because we need them to research the house, and we need them to build the house. And actually, since we know... We're going to probably put the carpenter over here. We'll just go ahead and get that queued up, as well as these herbs. Oops. And mushrooms, because that's a food source for us and for Anbu. The other mushrooms are kind of far away, so I think I'll leave those for now. Because everybody's pretty busy. Anbu's definitely getting up any second now. I owe you a few years of Scared October, Spooktober. Yeah, we're definitely doing Spooktober this year for sure. The wife says she's down too for it. We've already talked about it. I know there's probably some pretty good horror games that'll come out in the last 2 or 3 years, so I can only imagine. Oh god, I can only imagine. I'll definitely have the face cam set up for that. Already got 3 stone slabs. Nice. Ooh, we're coming up to another crossroad here too. I did finish the horn blowing, the horn blower here, so we got to get somebody in there. So right now, all we can do is just tell Anbu to lie down, walk, or run, but these can come in handy. Because there's going to be times when we're going to need him to move really quick or slow down if we're trying to avoid certain catastrophic things on the map. I should be laughing in the background. She's going to be a part of it too. I already told her she's gonna be playing horror games with me. I'm not doing it alone. At least a couple times. I'll have her jump in and try to play. It was fun the last time we did that. 2 more people again. Jesus, I don't know if I've ever had this many people show up this quickly. All right, we've almost got the steel slabs. Let's go ahead, and I want to get the hut right out the gate. The hut will actually hold 3 villagers. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There. Yeah, perfect. So we'll get the hut, and then we'll reassess what we're going to go with next. I do know I need to get the carpenter down because there's lots of buildings that require the carpenter. Anbu's almost reached food. And so far at the crossroads, it's looking like our choices are finding some nomads, so increasing our population, or getting some tools. And that's even if Anbu listens to us. It also looks like there's a spore cloud here. So if we go underneath the spore cloud, it's going to cause like a crazy amount of damage to us, especially because we're not prepared to deal with spores just yet. But there is, it looks like there's actually a sleeping spot here. Free of any poison. So, that spore cloud, if Anbu stops and eats here, he's definitely going to stop and eat. He's hungry. That spore cloud might cross that road before we get to it. So I might want to get more people. The tools are nice, but we're not really using tools. We're not using a ton of tools just yet. Getting the extra villagers, the extra hands, and having a spot for Anbu to sleep, which he'll most likely be ready for by the time he gets there, might be best. So I'm probably going to try and see if I can coerce him to go east. But again, he will do what he wants. All right, we just need the stone now. And as long as we get some slabs built up, we'll be ready to drop houses as soon as that's done. And I do think I'm probably ready to go ahead and put the pantry up someplace Since we've been putting resource collection kind of in the center, or resource storage in the center, we'll probably keep the pantry there. The only thing I'll want to do is the water well will want to be close to the farms, which honestly will probably be someplace central here too anyways. So let's throw a pantry up. Wait, what's the pantry take? Stone and clay? Oh yeah, we got plenty of both those. So this will be nice. And 2 workers to start making. They're going to start sawing wood into wood planks for the more advanced structures. I think the hut might also take wood planks as well. Nope, just wood and stone slabs. All right, let's start building some huts and start getting rid of... Let's see. Damn, do I actually want the huts up here? Maybe I don't want the huts up here. There's not really a lot of room up there for the huts and decorations. I'm going to be honest with you. The huts don't need... The villagers don't go to the huts. As far as I can tell, they don't. So, the huts don't need a ton of space. Or, sorry, they need a ton of space, but they don't need to be central. They could be all the way over here, and it really wouldn't matter. So I should probably put them off to the side someplace. So we should start probably laying out huts out of the way of all of the industry stuff, which is clearly in the food stuff, which is going to clearly be over here. So huts really should probably go like someplace in this back upper part, or even... Yeah, honestly, up here is probably the best place for the huts. So I'm going to move this right now. And they'll start clearing this up here. And, yeah. And we can start building some huts. There's a building you can unlock called the Town Square. You know what? And the town square actually needs to be able to be around as many huts as possible. So down here actually makes even more sense. All right, let's just drop our first hut here. And with every, even though the huts hold 3, the tents hold 2, we can't delete, obviously. We can only still delete really 1 tent per hut, because if we delete 2 tents, that's 4 people. And the hut holds 3. Did Ambu not stop and eat? Oh, he did eat. I just missed it. He's still pretty hungry. He also seems unsure about which path to take. And to be honest with you, I don't think I want to go into... Is this the desert? I think this is the desert. There's a cold snap up here. Which means that's going to affect our plants, the growth of our plants. And I think this is a desert biome. So I don't want to hit the spore cloud, but I think we're going to miss it. And we could tell Ambu or try to convince him to lie down if it doesn't look like we're going to. But I think I'd rather pick up the extra people. I think I'd rather stay in the forest for now. And I'd like him to sleep here. So we're going to ask him to go southeast. And he actually accepts our command, so he's going to go southeast. Perfect. Like I said, we'll see if we can try to adjust his gait if we need to, so that he doesn't... Oh, we just have... Okay, he literally has way too much water. His storage is full. There's too much water. Okay, so we need to research, and that makes sense. So we need to go ahead and research the water tank now. We've got the... It's not a big deal because we've got the extra water. It's going to pull it all out of here, and he'll go back to work. Same with here. There we go. And we'll get that water storage going. Where's the rain clouds? I didn't see them. The sand looks like strawberry milkshake. What could go wrong? Yeah. Looks like it's not going to come towards us, Lord. I am nervous about this spore cloud. I'm not going to lie to you. We have nothing. Like, we can punch spores, but we don't have any. You can get, like, flamethrowers, essentially, to deal with them, but we don't have that yet. So I can't take a hut down, because I can't take a tent, because I actually just got 2 more people. But we can build a second hut if we've got the slabs, which we do. But we do get 2 more people. We got 7 free workers. Wow, this is actually going pretty good for me. Let me throw 1 more worker on the clay gathering camp. That puts me down to 6 free. Plus the 3 when they're not researching, but I know we're going to do a couple back-to-back researches here, because there's a lot of things I still need. I think I'm going to go for landscaping next. We can start making the houses a little nicer. That'll help with happiness, because you can see our colonists have needs right now. They're not super happy. The housing quality is going up some because we're building those huts, but the decorations we kind of need to get these guys to fulfill their needs. Oh, 3 nomads will arrive. Okay. Famous last words. No, this is going to go great. This is already one of the best runs I've had. It's only my 2nd run, but it's one of the best I've had. We've got the water tank research now, though, which is good. Let's, like I said, I kind of want to keep going for. There's a lot of things we need. Let's go ahead and go for landscaping. How does this house look? Doesn't matter. What do I need more of? Stone is kind of what I'm lacking right now. These guys are only mining that 1 stone, and then we're going to have to move them. Let's go ahead and grab up some of this stone that's up here. And we're going to want to grab these ones too. And then we'll move these guys as soon as they're done with that last bit of stone. We're going to move them, I guess, over to where all this stone is. Top 2 run of all time. Hey, you encountered a small group of nomads. Will you let them in your village? Yes, we will pick them up. So we get 2 healthy people. Let's just go ahead and queue up our next hut, I guess. And how's it looking in terms of avoiding that fungal cloud? He's not really too tired. Let's let him get a little closer. But I think we're going to have to stop him. Hopefully he listens. We did get the water tank. Like I said, I do want this to be somewhat central to the farms. And we know we're going to put a farm probably someplace here. See, these spikes are in the way. These are actually Ambu's spikes, and if you can mine them for stone, but if you do, Ambu is, you reduce Ambu's trust because you're mining, like, his spikes. So he's not too keen on you tearing him apart. It's not his favorite thing. I feel like there's going to be a farm here. We don't have to put, like, we can plot around it. We don't have to mine his spike. Like, there's enough room for a farm here and a farm here. So this would kind of be central. I'm actually going to go up and get rid of one of these here so I can, once I get rid of this tree, I can do a path through there to get to the other farm. Because we're going to want to put paths down eventually. They actually walk faster if they've got paths. But it's not super important right now. You would know a thing or two about getting your spine mined. Yeah. If it causes the pain that I was in, then yeah, we definitely don't want to put him through that. I'm going to see if I can get him to lay down because I really don't want him going through that. So we're going to hope that we can get him to lie down for a minute and take a break. And he doesn't trust us. So He's gonna do whatever. He's gonna go ahead and push forward right into the spore cloud. Awesome. Thanks, Ambu. I really appreciate it. I was hoping that the run would end super early, and Ambu's gonna grant that wish for me. We should be able to deal with it, hopefully. Keyword, hopefully. What do we got here? One more stone they're mining, and then they're all mined out of stone. Yep, he's going right into the spore cloud. Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Yes. All right. We're going to have to get our guys ready to punch the hell out of those spores. And Ambu's going to start taking poison, and some of our people are probably going to get sick and die. Because we don't have a doctor. And I don't even know, like, I don't even think we're super... Oh, village doctor. Yeah, well, we're kind of far off from that. He's not afraid of no fart cloud. Yeah, thanks, Ambu. Like, we could have avoided this if he just laid down. It was super close to passing over, but now we're just going to run right into it. Oh, yes. Awesome. Perfect. This is great. We actually need more herbs because I used them for the landscaping, didn't I? So we'll have to wait. Can I actually research the herb farm? Because that would be pretty important, especially because we're going to need the medicine now. I can. I don't have the slabs yet, but I will have them, so I'm just going to queue that up now. All right, did any of the spores attach to him? Yes, they're all back here. Any up in the front? No, it looks like just some spores here in the back. So let's go ahead and deal with those. These are of the utmost priority because they will spread. They'll spread very quickly. So we want to go ahead and have our villagers go back there and start dealing with those right now. And there is more herbs back here, so we'll grab those too here in a second. But I want them to deal with this. This is the most important thing. And so what our guys do is they'll go down there and they'll... they look like they're boxing it, so that's good. Just box those spores. Give them the old 1-2. Now, interestingly enough, there is actually... The spores do drop a resource that we do need for researching later game stuff. So not all doom and gloom. And I'm not going to put our researchers in the building yet because chances are they're part of the group that's down here trying to clear this. Now, we want to make sure we didn't miss any, and we did miss some, so that's no. Because as you can see, it does start to spread. And I will go ahead and get these herbs, because we need these for researching and medicine. Any more herbs? Yes, baby. I think we need these for the doctor, actually. Oh, the stone camp is literally sitting here idle. Just do down there for now. Yeah, at least they got gloves on, so that's good. Spores or blight, which is better? I mean, I don't know. They're both terrible. Hey, Ambu is sleeping on that... He luckily did stop to sleep on this sleeping spot here, which is good. This is actually free of any poison, so he won't gain poison by laying on the ground, which is nice. His poison level is only 1%, but that can jump pretty quickly. And then we've got another decision to make coming up, and there's another sleeping spot. There's also this nightshade, which Ambu's pretty hungry, so he'll probably stop and eat this, but what it'll do is it'll actually put him into, it says a deep slumber. He'll eat this and get super tired, so he's going to sleep here. Then he's going to eat this, and then he's going to want to sleep, like, pretty much immediately again. It pretty much puts him to sleep for quite a while, which isn't a bad thing, because this isn't a bad biome to be in, so I don't mind him sleeping for a bit whilst we build up resources, and we go ahead and get stuff going. We do have a sick colonist. I don't have a doctor's office, so they're I'm going to say they're going to most likely die. I don't know what to do about that. But I think we are ready to research. If we at least get the herbalist and go for the village doctor, then we could, in the future, when that happens again, it won't be nearly as devastating. I mean, that wasn't too bad, but it's going to get bad, trust me. It gets so much worse so quickly. Total housing 33, total people 29, so we could actually get rid of some of these tents for the they will give us their resources back. And decent amount of water, which is good. Is Anbu getting up already? Oh yeah, he's not. He's good. Holy crap. Decorations. Yeah, they definitely are looking like they need some decorations already. So let's put some... Let's do this. Let's... start doing a little bit of a road. And we don't want to go nuts with decorations because they do require not a lot of resources, but they require resources that we need for other things. But we could go ahead and at least place like 1 or 2 flowers just to get that decoration bonus. And we did get the herbalist, which is nice. We're going to need that right off the bat for medicine production and such. Wow, down here would actually be a really good spot for that, probably, but... I'm thinking down, I'd have to clear these trees. I'm thinking for now, we could put another farm down here at some point. Let's keep the herbalist up here. Actually, research. Let's go right for the... Oh my god, 25 slabs. Oh my god, this takes 10 slabs. We're a ways off from getting that. Okay, let's go back real quick and see. So this will allow us to get mushrooms to feed Anbu, as well as some other stuff we're going to need. You can actually get an Anbu discipliner, so if he doesn't listen to us, we can drill into his back and hurt him. He won't trust us as much, but he will... We can force him to listen to us. You can give him the eat command, the sleep command. We can unlock those. He might not listen unless we use a discipliner. But if you get him to trust you, that sometimes works out just as good. But sometimes you need him to you need him to listen. A kitchen would be important too. We can collect Anbu's dung. Use that to craft certain resources we're going to need. Let's go ahead and let's work towards getting some mushrooms, because we can eat that and Anbu can eat that. And we want to get those growing. I could put them on this small dirt plot over here. the first mushroom farm if I want to. Or just put it right here since there's tons of room. But I actually think I want to put the mushrooms that can be used for healing. Well, I've got enough for 2 farms here for sure. I just would need to harvest all of this, which I think I'll go ahead and do. Because this is only for these ones. So we can get the rest of that clay. And they've almost got the path in, which is good. And we've got the decorations up. Having somebody poisoned is not helping us, though. Okay, let's definitely get the herbalist going. We want 2 people here, and I really want, if they can, I'd like them to do all of this. I am going to have a path running probably through here or something. So yeah, let's just have them do all of that. We can always get rid of plot later if we need them. If we need the space. Rain, that's really good. I didn't realize we were going through rain. Oh, it's moving right over us. Perfect. And Anbu actually is probably going to stop and eat this nightshade, which means he'll lay down for a bit. So the rain will pretty much catch all of it. We won't move out of it. So we should see a bonus. Yeah, 150% production speed on our water, which is getting up there pretty good. And is Anbu gonna eat? We're gonna find out. He is going to eat. Yep, he's eating right now. So he's definitely going to go into a pretty deep slumber after this. Keep an eye on his sleepiness here. You'll see it start going up pretty considerably. Yeah. All the way up. He's literally like, yep, right here. He's not even going to... Okay, so this I think is actually mountainous terrain, and this is desert. That's what I'm looking at right now. So I would like Anbu to go north, actually. I think beets actually grow better in the mountainous terrain, if I remember. The desert, we're gonna be cooked, pun intended, if we end up in the desert, because I have no way to get water right now. I'd have to research cactus. We could research it now, just preemptively. Oh, but we're currently researching something else, which I have to allow them to actually do. So we might get cactus after that, just in case he does decide to go that way. That does mean I would have to build another farm just to grow cactus. But we're getting the herbs going, so that's good. I actually need more people. We're not going to get more people, though, until we get our happiness up. We're not going to get our happiness up until we deal with these needs. And we're not going to deal with those needs until we get better housing or more decorations. Problem is these decorations are only affecting these houses. The huts, they're not affecting at all. Let's go ahead and drop another house. We've got the slab for it. I think we'll do clusters of 4 for the houses, and that'll allow us to kind of put decorations around those clusters. And we will need to build a town square at some point, which will give us a pretty big bonus to happiness, and we can put that right in the center of the cluster of houses, because the houses get a bonus from being next to it. The town center is a researchable thing. It's right here. Town square, sorry. We've almost got the slabs actually for it. But there we go. So we can start growing mushrooms. Actually, doing a kitchen would help us too, because then we can make actual prepared meals. And those prepared meals can be used to make our villagers happy. They'll get a food quality bonus and maybe even a food variety bonus. So that's another way we can address the unhappiness. In terms of where to place the kitchen, probably just right here by the pantry, because the chefs are going to have to go to the pantry to get the raw ingredients, and then they're going to put the food back in the pantry, so... More herbs. I do want to collect the herbs. I noticed when I played the game for the first time a while back that it was the one thing I think I was bottlenecked on. At one point, Ambu and my villagers got super poisoned, and I didn't have enough medicine to deal with it. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Okay, we got the other hut. So just for the sake of forcing people into those, we need to deconstruct more houses. And since I know I'm going to be putting the kitchen probably someplace right here, I want to get these front houses, these front ones deconstructed first. Man, Ambu's going to be here for a while. Hopefully his trust is fairly high once he comes out of that sleep. Ooh, there is a cold snap here, but I still would rather deal with the cold snap than deal with the desert. So I don't know whatever happened to that villager that got sick. Did he eventually cure himself or did he die? Down to 28. Don't really know. Or, well, total. Oh yeah, 28 total. I don't know. This don't matter. Because I'm wondering, like, do I go for the village doctor, the town square? We're going to need to be able to heal Anbu at some point. We need heal shroom. But that's we need quite a bit of mushrooms to do that. We got to build the mycologist, and to build the mycologist, we're gonna need more workers. We got 5. I could probably put some of them to work. The researchers will be available to do free work here in a second. I had 29, so I did lose one. Damn it. Yeah, so we'll probably want to get the village doctor here soon. Oh, you know what? Let's go for the cactus plantation real quick. It's going to use up a lot of our clay, but I mean, there's a chance we don't go into the desert, but God, if we do, it'll be so bad. All right. Yeah, I'd love to put the kitchen like right here. We can take down this last tent because we do have enough. And we are going to be building another one, so we'll have even more after that. And we can start dropping some roads here, because we might not be able to send them everywhere, but they will... They will take the roads if they're at least available. So we might as well start to connect some of this just so they can move a little bit quicker when they do hit the roads. And we'll kind of perfect the road layout as time goes on. But at least put some of our free workers to work. And definitely need to get the mycologist and the kitchen. Let's do the kitchen. If we get happiness up, that'll start getting people coming again. Right now, happiness is too low. So we're not getting new villagers and we need more people for the work. So getting the food, I think, will help that. Since the housing is going to take a while, because getting the stone slabs, upgrading all the housing, getting the stone slabs just takes forever. I need a ton of stuff for this. The clay will come in. Wood is fine. It's mainly just those stone slabs again. Because between that and this, Oh, they actually finished that. Good. Let's free up our... Let's see, what did we just finish? Nothing. The cactus. Okay, so that's good. I feel pretty good. Let's free up our researchers and queue up... let's queue some stuff up. Clay. Let's get some clay. Ooh, these guys literally have no place to put their wood planks. Like, this is full. They've already filled it. They have filled it. Wild. Let's put a material storage down here, and then we can store materials in both areas. They're gonna pick one over the other is the problem. They won't split equally amongst them. I don't think that's a... I can turn certain stuff off, but that doesn't really give me kind of what I want to do with it. So maybe I'll just keep all the materials up here in one spot. What's up, Philippe? How's it going? It has been a while. Yeah, see, they're not even working. They've already filled their inventory. And kitchens. We can have up to 3 people. What are we gonna make? We don't actually have that many berries. We do have a good amount of beets. So let's make beet soup. And let's have two people making beet soup. I guess. All right, now if the researchers get pulled off, we're only going to have 3 free workers. So I definitely need to get more people. Especially because I still have to do a village doctor. Feeding trebuchet eventually, if we're going to have to feed Anbu. We need an Anbuologist big time too. Okay. But we need mushrooms for that, which we can gather. Okay, he's finally getting up. That was quite the nap. Yeah, I'm going to try to get him to go northeast. Let's wait till he gets a little closer. Yeah, man, good to be back for sure. Playing a little bit of The Wandering Village. Awesome game if you haven't seen it. We can take down another tent now. And we are cooking meals, and happiness is up because we do have 3 nomads that will arrive in 7 hours so long as we keep everybody happy. So that's good. Because we need the bodies. I want to get the... Let's go ahead and preemptively build the mycologist, and we can start getting... We can go ahead and start getting mushrooms with that. I know I'm going to be putting something down here probably. So there's enough room to put at least one of those like here. Let me leave room for the path to go through. Something like that will be okay. And we're going to have to get rid of these, which isn't a big deal, but we're just going to have to. They're going to be in the way of our mushroom growing operation. And let's grab any and all herbs. Because again, super important. Like the #1 thing you need at all times. six free workers. Okay. Oh, we got these 3 now, though. That's good. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Because we're going to put them on here right now. We're going to start growing mushrooms. Let's just queue up everything we can and put 2 people on here. Get some mushrooms coming in. These will get harvested out eventually, and we can refill those slots when they do. See, he's taking it down right now. Same with this one. That one's actually not as big of a deal. Maybe... Nah, I'm going to have a path go through there, so I am going to take that out. We got plenty of clay on the map. Oh, we got a poisoned worker. Jesus. All right, so let's get the doctor going. Now we've got some herbs and stuff. Let's go ahead and get doctors so we don't lose more people. Yeah, it is really interesting. It's an awesome game. This is actually only my 2nd time playing it. I played it by myself for about 10 hours and had a really good time with it. So definitely worth playing and checking out. It just released, so oh, I forgot to tell him which direction to go, but we got lucky and he decided to go north anyways. Thank God. I probably should have just gave him the direction earlier. If he had gone into the desert, we might have lost already. So the cold snap's going to be kind of a pain to deal with, but it won't be too bad. He's probably not going to stop and sleep here, unfortunately. He's just not tired enough. So he's probably going to push right through. But once we enter the mountain biome, our beets will actually grow a little bit better. So we'll get more food a lot quicker. And now things are looking pretty good for food quality and stuff. And how are we looking for water? Pretty good. I mean, these all use water, so we might have to get more air wells here in a second. They're already done researching? Oh, they're waiting for the 3 more. There's 3 more slabs for the doctor's office. And then for the doctor's office, Jesus, where am I going to put that? Probably like down here. So, yeah, probably down here. Let's queue all that up. And we're going to want to research the scavenger hut, I think, next. Yeah, so he's not tired enough. He's not going to stop and sleep. He's going to move through. I could... Oh, I can't. I could tell him to lie down, but I didn't research telling him to sleep, so that's fine. But he is starting to get hungry, and I don't see any food. So we may need to go ahead and get that researched. The feeding trebuchet, so we can feed him. And the path got finished, so that's nice. Thinking about kind of coming through like this. Kind of takes us up by the clay deposit. I might move this eventually, but for now, that's where it is. So maybe just do something like that. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually have it go all the way up to here. Because we want it to pass by these areas where we're storing stuff. Like so. Can it get through here? Not really. I'd have to take this tree down at some point. That's not going to happen for a bit, so... There, that kind of gives us, you know, something to work with. I think I move it at an angle here, but it's not a big deal. So we've got the doctors. So that's good. What's up, Red Shirt Wizard? How's it going? I'm doing good. So we're going to want to get the doctor's office up. The town square is another one. And the feeding trebuchet. We did say he's getting kind of hungry. Take a look at the map again. Yeah, there's no food. Okay, let's get the feeding trebuchet researched. Oh, crap. We need the ambuologist, though. Because you need that to get these... the ambuologist is like a research place where you can put somebody in there to research things about ambu. And we need it to get these. You can kind of see, I can't move the mouse down, but you can see the 0 out of 10 there. That's what that is. So some of these later things to research to help Ambu, like a doctor for him, a bile extractor, a kitchen for him, they require that. And you want to get it kind of started as soon as possible because some of these things are pretty important. Like we're going to need to get a kitchen so we can make him some proper food. We can feed him raw mushrooms, but it's better to feed him. It's better to actually make him meals. The sleep command requires it. Heal shroom's pretty important too, because we're gonna need to heal Anbu at some point. He's gonna wander. At some point, he's going to wander into the wrong place, and he's gonna need to be healed. Let's get the feeding trebuchet first, though. That's gonna be really easy. It's literally 10 planks, and we have so many planks. Mushrooms are growing, which is good. The village doctor is a must right now, because if you could tell, we actually have one person. He's in here. He's actually poisoned, and we don't want him to die. And the village doctor will prevent that from happening. So let's put a village doctor right here on the corner. And 3 more people want to settle, which means I'm also going to have to put another hut up. Oh. I'm going to have to put 2 huts up. Is there a chance Kenshi might happen again? Yeah, absolutely. I've actually been thinking about playing Kenshi. I actually just got done putting together another RimWorld video, which is going to be really interesting. Well, I'm not done putting it together. I just finished recording it. It's going to be like really wild. Wait till you guys see it. It's so stupid. I spent a week and a half just building the map for it. I actually haven't explored much of the new DLC. I was already kind of putting it together before I got the new DLC, so I just stuck with it. I actually built the entire map myself using dev tools and stuff, so it's pretty unique. It's gonna be like nothing you've probably ever seen, or maybe if somebody's ever done it, you have seen it, but I don't know if anybody's ever done what I'm doing. And it took me about a week and a half to build it because I actually had to edit the save file to make it work. Nope, we're in the cold snap. Yep, we are in the cold snap. We'll be out of it here soon. It's just gonna hurt our crops. Nothing's gonna grow. Oh, the beets actually will grow. Just not very well. 60%, but they will grow. These will die. These are not gonna grow. And the mushrooms will die. They won't grow. Yeah, so once... let's free our workers, our researchers up. Once, after that drops, that video, then I'll probably live stream some RimWorld. And I will probably... during the live stream, I'm going to try out the new DLC stuff. Ghouls on spaceships. This sounds awesome. The spaceships in general, I haven't done anything with yet. I figure that'll probably be pretty cool to explore live with everybody since I've not messed with any of those settings. or those features, so I can do a terrible job in front of all my peers. Really got to keep the houses. Oh, are people already unhappy again? Maintain a happiness of 9 already? All right, well, we'll get the doctor's office up, and I mean, we got 10 free workers, so we've got the room. Get another hut up, because I do really want to get these tents all converted to huts. Okay, we need to research then. I'm getting a little nervous. It's only a matter of time before things start going wrong. Let's do the ambuologist for sure next. We got the feeding trebuchet, so we might as well build it. Because he's getting up there in hunger. I don't want it to take over the berries. Okay,